You don't need to go to a gym to get a workout. Try threading some 1/2-inch rod by hand. That'll give you a workout, much as lifting any weights. Yeah! Getting down towards the end now. Yeah! I already did one end. Got 2 pairs of gloves on. These little dinky handles on my tap and die set dig right into the palms of your hands when you're really cranking on this thing. Must be close. Let's back it off and see what we got now. I have a, well, I still got to go another 3/8 of an inch yet. It'll put some muscles in your forearms and your wrist if it doesn't break them first. And speaking of breaking, for those of you who are praying fellows and gals, my son Chad, the one who has been so very generous to me lately, dumped his moped last night. That's one of the things I was doing yesterday. We went about 30 miles away to pick up a moped he bought at an online auction. He got home, we got it unloaded, and he went for a test ride down the street. Decided to go to Quick Trip, and while he was out it started raining. Coming out of the Quick Trip, that's a convenience store, gas station, for those of you who aren't from Minnesota and environs. It was wet enough that his moped slid on the cement on the little bit of a taper going down onto the street. Kicked out from under him. Got a big knot on his knee, road rash on his arms and elbows, and he broke his sternum. That's the bone right up here in the middle of your chest. Cracked his sternum. So he's in a lot of pain right now. On top of the fact that he already has had back surgery. I think he had 5 discs that were fused, and now he's got one deteriorating up in his neck. So yeah, if you think of my son Chad, say a prayer for him. He'd appreciate it, and I know I would. We've been praying for him right along. So there we have it. 2 inches of thread on the end of a 1/2-inch piece of cold rolled steel. And this is part of my suspension. I figured I might as well get it so I can bolt it together. And this is just the first piece. I think we have the Nile River here. Yep. It's been raining off and on today, and my garage is lower than the driveway. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about a second try. And let's see what happens when the fat old man climbs up on top here. Puts all his weight on it. I can tell you one thing. There's a whole lot more bounce in the front end than there is in the back end. Now I can't see what's going on, but maybe you can. I can see one thing right here. This is twisting down here. So as you can see, I have these pieces up here And those were intended to be hooked to the Watts linkage, but maybe what I'm going to have to do is put a solid bar across here and then hook the Watts linkage into that. Yeah, because we can't have that. Can't have this twisting down like that and then twisting down on the other side like that. That's not good. That defeats the whole purpose. But I do think that these brackets down here, braces, did you brace yourself last night? I think they're going to do the job. They're only bolted on at the moment, and I may just leave them bolted on. And yeah, there's a big spacer on here. I forgot when I was doing these, I cut this one shorter. That was my test one. And then I forgot to cut this one. So I'll have to take it back off and knock off, about 3/4 of an inch or so. And then I can bolt it back on. And if I decide to weld them on, I can always weld them on. This bar here is the one you saw me threading the ends on, and that bar actually has a bow to it this way, not up and down, but this way. And the reason is because our riders here for the axle are actually at an angle back to the frame with the radius rods. And that's okay, because that gives us a little extra tension on there. And the reason it's bowed like that is because when I tighten up these nuts on either side, it made it snug up to the angle of here. Now if we didn't have sprockets on there, and I'm going to have a disc brake over here, if we didn't have those in the way, then I would just run a straight rod right across there, but that's not going to happen. So that's what these little dooflickies are for up here. So let me see if I can find something to illustrate with. Here's a piece of 1/2-inch rod, and if I put some kind of ends on it so that it would bolt in there, and then I could put a clip on here and another clip on the bottom over here, and we could make that Watts linkage work off of this top bar, and that would be just fine. That would keep the whole thing from doing this. Of course, it's doing that right now because that's just all on the wheels, because I don't have the wheel adapters yet. They're just sitting on there, but it's technically it's on 4 wheels. And after I look at this video, because I can't see it while I'm jumping on it, after I look at this video, it'll tell me better how well my suspension pieces are working, I think. And that's a pretty strong think. Yeah, and I can see they're tipped down, which means the tops of those axle bearing carriers need to be pushed out. And that's okay. That top rod that goes across between those two uprights there is going to be adjustable, so I can square those up, and that would help to square up our shock absorber pieces on the bottom there too, and that's okay. That's what we get adjustments for. So barring some other major mishap, this is probably the direction I'm going in. I'll need some Heim ends or tie rod ends to go on those pieces. Yep. But one step at a time. And we're getting there. So what do you think? I had thought about using that little piece of bar stock, but I decided that where we have parts already, and let me lift you up here a little bit. Hold on to your hats now, I'm going to lift you up. Boy, you're awful heavy tonight. I'm not sure you guys need to go on a diet or something. I decided that I would make my brackets that way. That's 1/2 inch rod, and I need to lift you up even higher because you can't see it yet. There we go, that's better. And maybe if I sneak you in a little bit closer will help too. Yepper. And they're not finished off. You can see I haven't ground all my welds down. And it looks like it's real close to the chain, but actually, if I tip my head off to the side, it's got probably about 3/4 of an inch between the chain and that bracket. And that would stay the same even if it tips up. So, or at least it would be close to that. So yeah, we're working at it. And experimentation. Ain't no engineers working on this job. Only the shade tree fix-it man. Hope the weather's good where you are. Thanks for watching. Bye now.